Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about some comments coming from a fighter that trained with Islam Makhachev, speaking about Islam Makhachev's weight cut and how that can hinder his future progress in the lightweight division specifically. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. First of all, I would like to start off this video by saying that despite the fact that Islam Makhachev wanted to move to that welterweight division, that's if Leon Edwards was still champion after the night of UFC 304, he's still happy for his friend Bilal Muhammad to have won that championship. I really do genuinely believe that Islam Makhachev is happy for his friend slash teammate. If you guys want to even say teammates, I think you can pretty much say that they're teammates. In one way or another, this statement is true. And now that move is pretty much off the table, at least for the next, from now until indefinitely. You don't know how long Bilal will hold that title for. I wouldn't assume that Islam Makhachev is just going to hang around, fight anybody in that lightweight division until, like, let's say Bilal loses his title. I don't think that's going to be the case. I've said it before Bilal won the title, that Islam realistically only has a few fights left in that lightweight division, maybe like one fight, realistically, just because the lightweight division, as of late, the biggest stars in that division have suffered losses, and quite frankly, they're all, well, the top guys, let's say the Poiriers, the Gaethje, the Chandlers, you can even throw Charles Oliveira in there. They're all coming off losses, and they all are reaching, I don't want to say the latter stage of their career, but certainly it is starting to become more evident that they are all approaching the latter stage of their career. I mean, we got a guy like Dustin Poirier, who's probably whose next fight probably his last fight. There has been talks of that, or we'll probably never see, Dustin Poirier in there again. Obviously fell short to the champion of the division last time around. We got the Gaethje coming off a loss to Max Holloway, so that guy's out indefinitely as well, I believe. We have Charles Oliveira, former champion, falling short to Arman Tsarukyan. Tsarukyan serving a 9-month ban, if I'm not mistaken. I don't consider him, obviously, Tsarukyan as one of the aging fighters. Obviously, Tsarukyan still has plenty of years left in that lightweight division. Perhaps that's the next lightweight champion with the departure of Islam Makhachev to a different division. I really do believe that that's a possibility. Also, we have, newcomers. Even the newcomers have fallen short. So the lightweight division lately, at one point, this was the best division in UFC. Right now, if Islam doesn't want to say it, I'll say it for him. I really do believe that there is a lack of competition in that lightweight division. Let's say aside from Arman Tsarukyan, which is the fighter that you've already faced and beat before, for Islam Makhachev, that is. Obviously, Poirier in his last fight took the title from Charles Oliveira. That's top three guys. Obviously, Gaethje, who was number one contender, unfortunately for him, he lost that opportunity, which it doesn't completely rule Gaethje out of a title fight, but he will have to work his way back to a title fight. Maybe Gaethje's like 2 fights away from a title fight. I thought that was the closest guy to beating Islam Makhachev, or even a guy that actually had a little bit of chance to beating Makhachev. Unfortunately for Gaethje, fell short to a Max Holloway knockout of the year, and he's going to need a lot of time to recover. That being said, Islam Makhachev at this point has an Arman Tsarukyan who is serving a ban. Obviously, Islam is suffering an injury, supposedly, allegedly, of his own. So for now, we don't have any scheduled title fight or any fight that's going to include the champion of the division, Islam Makhachev, anytime soon. I believe that's going to change, perhaps with an addition of perhaps a new fighter, a different fighter that you can put in there with Islam Makhachev, maybe Chandler. I don't know why. I feel like that Chandler fight is still a very feasible opportunity for Islam Makhachev. It has a lot of potential, I believe. Obviously, Arman Tsarukyan is out with a ban, so there's indefinite date for the Tsarukyan return date. There's a lot of haze around Tsarukyan. What I'm trying to say here is that Islam Makhachev realistically only has one, maybe two fights, I've said it before, in that lightweight division left. There were intentions of moving to that welterweight division. Unfortunately for him, that's not going to happen as long as Bilal Muhammad's the champion. Now, there has been some wild speculations of Islam Makhachev actually moving to middleweight division. Now, as wild as this proposition sound, this could be very close to reality. And to further cement these statements and make them more of a reality, come one of Islam Makhachev's training partners, and he explains how it's very difficult for Islam to lose the weight to make 155, and the alleged teammate of, or let's say former teammate or somebody that was in the gym with Islam Makhachev, claims that this is going to hinder him at some point in the future, and he thinks that this is going to cause him to get knocked out at some point in the future. There's a lot of truth to that. If you guys see Islam Makhachev on a weight scale, in all honesty, you can tell that the guy is extremely depleted. At times, it's borderline. He looks borderline sick. In all honesty, the 170 division, I believe Islam still has to lose some weight to make 170. I've said it before. These guys, like a Habib and an Islam, somewhat similar stature. Both of those guys walk around at close to 200 pounds. I can almost guarantee it. So even for welterweight, Islam would have to pretty much lose weight to make that 170 division. And that 185 division is not so far away from reality as some would like to believe. And for people that do fight in that middleweight division, you have to realize that Islam Makhachev not only can make that division, but he can give guys a real run for their money. I do understand that for guys like Dricus du Plessis, he came out with statements and pretty much claimed that this proposition is quote-unquote borderline laughable. I don't know how laughable it is. This is a very, very realistic option. They say Islam is like 5'10". The guy is not 5'10". I don't know how they come up with 5'10". He's probably 5'11", probably even closer to 6 foot. Islam Makhachev is probably closer to 5'10" or is 5'10". And you can see that Islam Makhachev, Habib, close to 5'10". You can see that Islam is just a tad bit taller than him, which would make him around 5'11", 6 foot maybe. So that frame gets filled nicely, and really there are guys his size, even smaller height-wise, in the form of Kelvin Gastelum that fight in a 185 division. So I do not put that out of the realm of possibility. I really do, but that's a possible move. As a matter of fact, I think this is the inevitable move for Islam Makhachev, unless Bilal loses his title in an upcoming fight, which is a very plausible option as well. But as of now, realistically, Islam only has 1 or 2 fights left in that lightweight division, maybe 1, and then we will see a move up in weight for the current lightweight champion. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and subscribe more.